Hey everybody, it's your boy Zero here, up for a new Gunpla review. Sorry about on Friday, I wasn't my best. I was feeling horrible. I blame a sinus infection. So, I'm back. I can't say I feel great, but I feel good. And I figured I owe you guys a treat. So, this is my 200th model. I built 200 of these things and they've consumed my office slash workroom slash bedroom. It's kind of beautiful and it kind of is insane. Models as far as the eye can see. But with that being said, this is the real grade Hi-nu Gundam from the alternate universe of Universal Century, basically the alternate version of Charles Counterattack, where this was in place of the new Gundam and the Sazabi was replaced by the Nightingale. And ironically, I prefer this over the new Gundam and I prefer the Sazabi over the Nightingale. If there could be one universe fighting each other, I would be happy. But with that being said, this is pretty awesome, but it does have some issues. Is this better than the real grade God Gundam? Yes. Is it much better? I'll explain. So, let's get into the review. Okay, so this is the Hi-nu Gundam with everything that comes in box. The sticker slash decal sheet. That's the one thing I'm not a fan of with the real grades. They put both the stickers style decal, the stickers and the decals on one sheet. That's the one. Sure, it saves up on space, but it's just I'm not a fan of that. Stand adapter. Beam saber effects. And a multitude of hands. We have these are the bazooka holding hands. You get one for each hand. Two closed fists. The other one's still attached. Two dynamic hands. And another thing, and here's another point of contention. I think this is just overall one trigger hand, and it's always the right hand. I have no problem with it, but I wish it, like machines are not humans. Machines are ambidextrous. You can put the beam rifle, should be able to put the beam rifle in both hands. But no, it's only the right hand. Okay, so I think you can see the first problem. With the backpack attached, this is wobbly. Not like it'll fall apart wobbly, but yeah, you definitely will need a stand. So, I mean, it can stand up on its own, mostly. But let's put the backpack down for a second. Alright. Because it stands up far better on its own without the giant, awesome backpack. Do not get me wrong, I like the backpack, but it's cumbersome in this situation. Alright. So, let's just do the articulation. Great arm bend. Arm goes up all the way there. Great rotation. Ab crunch. Head goes up, head goes down. Good rotation. And unlike, the God Gundam, I don't have to worry about the head flying off. Down for the legs. Like all the way up. There's the knee bend. Pretty awesome. Skirt goes back a little bit. And there you go. Side skirt goes up, side skirt goes up. There's your splits. Not bad. Alright. The hands are on a ball joint, so they're easily swappable. Okay. So articulation-wise, this is pretty darn awesome. And of course, much like the God Gundam, I love the detail work on this, but building the detail work is a whole different ball game. Partially because I started building this while I was sick, but after building 3 real grades, I can honestly say I'm not a fan of them. Just me. I will never critique somebody who's like, oh, I really prefer real grades over high grades or master grades. That's a personal opinion, and I will never cross that line saying you're wrong. You enjoy that? Great. More power to you. Respect. But with that being said, I can't. It's the crazy amount of pieces used to do something so minor, which you don't really get with a high grade or a master grade. I mean, you definitely don't get it with an SD, but those are supposed to be mostly very detailed and, have a lot of detail work. It's supposed to be minute and simple. But this stuff is overly detailed for the sake of overly detailed and accuracy to what if it would look like if it was real. Like I said, that's just my personal gripe against it. I have nothing against it. Well, I have something against it, but it's just a personal issue with it. Alright, now let's check the backpack. Each one of these funnels, the one thing I do love about this more than the high grade, each one of these funnels are actually movable and can actually transform into funnels. Unlike in the high grade when only the tips of both wings could pop off and be, funnels. The rest were block stationary pieces. Which I get it to save plastic and time with high grade, but it was just disappointing. When you're transforming this into bent mode, or funnel mode, technically, you have to be careful. That's at least what the instruction says, so I'm going to follow it, and here it is in funnel form. So you do have options. And it's easy to put it back on. Well, easy-ish. If I get the angle right. There we go. That's the only downside. The wings do parch for some reason open a little when you plug it in. I do not know why. These are on a ball joint. The plug right here is for the backpack. I do kind of like this weird little bird thing here. I don't know why. I just think it's kind of neat. Here's the bazooka, which you can use the, bazooka holding hands, which I find weird they gave specific hands to hold this specific weapon. It can also be used for holding the beam sabers, which are located, I know one's in the forearm where the shield is at. Hold on, let's fix buddy, there we go. Yeah. The beam saber is located here. So, and I do believe there's another one somewhere on this thing. But with that being said, yeah. Solid build when you don't have the backpack on. The backpack does cause some wobbliness to it, but without it, it's pretty stable. I do recommend getting an action base for this, because literally you can have the whole thing set up with this attached to make sure, your Gundam isn't going to be flopping everywhere. I forget how you're supposed to attach the action base, but it's supposed to come in between the backpack and the Gundam, and you attach it, that way it can be stable and be in a flying pose and whatnot. There we go. But worst case scenario, plus side, with all the weight being all in the back, literally the batteries here, I believe these are the batteries, or energy canisters or whatever, is a good way to prop itself up. So you get that benefit. But yeah. So let's get to the summary and wrap up the review. Okay, so the Hi-nu Gundam Real Grade Edition. Would I recommend? Yes. Much like the God Gundam. Yes. Do they live up to the hype as one of the greatest Gundam models ever created? Personal biases. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. I'm kind of in the middle. These are by far one of the better Gunpla I've ever built. The best? Absolutely not. Up there? Definitely. Like I said, I've built so far a grand total of 3 real grades, and 2 of them being this and the God Gundam, and the first one being the Freedom. So I'm not I wouldn't say an expert on real grades, but my personal experiences, I'm not a fan, but that's just me. So if you love real grades, get this. If you love an amazing amount of detail, like the tiniest minute detail, this is the Gundam for you. If you like decent posability, again, Gundam for you. But if you don't like all the crazy intricate detail and a bunch of pieces to do the most inconspicuous part of a move, like all the internal mechanisms just to make an elbow bend when you could just have a single part for that. I know I'm over exaggerating, but you know what I mean. That could be an issue. But again, that's just a personal gripe. Again, hell, I have gripes against this and I still love this thing. So, yes, I would recommend this. So, Friday's episode is going to be the F91, the high grade. And Monday's episode is either going to be... Oh, so I just did get a recent order in. I got the Gundolva finally. And thanks to a request, I did get the entry grade new Gundam. So that will be up eventually. So look forward to that. And yeah, I want to thank everybody for sticking around even though I was sick. I appreciate you guys being here for me. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys on Friday with the F91. And then I have no idea what I'm doing on Monday. So either it's going to be the Caliburn, the Gundolva, or the entry grade new Gundam. One of the three. Or I may finally just break out the Narrative Gundam Apex. I'm avoiding that because I have no space for the Apex. That thing is huge and it will take up chunks of space on my desk just to freaking build the thing, let alone try to, display it. But that's a future me problem. So I'll catch you guys later, and thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, links are down below. If you want to buy my books, that also supports the channel. Again, links are down below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.